Hey guys, welcome to the Muscle and Fitness Nice Body series with me, Rob Richards. And of course, I am outside the world famous Gold's Gym right here in Venice, sunny California. On today's series, we're going to be taking a look at the physique competitor, giving you tips and tricks to help you get healed and ready for that photograph, the competition, or just take your physique to that very next level. Follow me inside when we take a look throughout this famous history-packed gym that helped really start the bodybuilding era and how it moved along to the present day kind of physique category that we're in now. Then make sure you watch my 3-part special where I cover posing, peak week, and of course abdominal training. Let's go check it out. So we're in, I guess, the main gym, the main section of Gold's Gym, and really there are 3, if not 4 areas that we're going to have a look through today. One of the first things that you notice when you walk into this space, the icons, the Mr. Olympias up on the wall. These are the guys that kind of helped launch the bodybuilding era. Starting off with Larry Scott, 1965 up to present day, 2013. And we have many of them up on the wall. I mean, this is inspiration for many alike, myself included, who come into this gym. We see what is really capable and how it's progressed over the years. I mean, if this isn't enough motivation to help you get the best workout, I don't know what is. As we kind of look around behind me, we see Gold's Gym everywhere, from kind of Arnold Schwarzenegger, who really brought bodybuilding into modern day and kind of helped popularized it. We have all of the Gold's Gym, which itself is a global brand. You know, like Coca-Cola, like Apple. Gold's Gym has become synonymous for physique. I mean, just looking at the icon, it's a bodybuilder showing all of that muscular definition. As we continue around, we have a 4-screen plasma TV panel up there, which often shows Olympia, pumping iron, and if you're not familiar with pumping iron, you need to check it out. This really helped set the ball in motion for physique, bodybuilding, and then to this day, physique. So this is really the first section of the gym. A lot of free weights here. We can see down there that there's not just 1 bar rack, there's 5 bar racks. Over here, there's about 6 squat racks. This just tells you how significant weight training is. I mean, there's actually no cardio machines around here. So speaking of cardio, let's move on and check out some of the other areas within Gold's Gym. So this is the second gym area of Gold's Gym, if you like, and you can again see the significance that the bodybuilding era has had. I mean, up on the wall behind me, we have all of the sporting greats up there, people like Kobe Bryant. You know, these are guys that may not be affiliated with the world of bodybuilding, but it's that fitness energy. You know, anyone who is anyone at the top of their game has at some point come to this gym, trained at this gym, or been kind enough to donate their shirt because they want to have a presence here. As we move around, we mentioned the Olympias up on the wall in the first section. These are the guys that kind of inspired the Olympias from the 50s, from the 60s. You know, we can see over the decades how the physique has changed from being more about muscle density and perhaps more power, strongman, into then going through the decades of the 70s, 80s, conditioning now, abdominal, muscular separation, up into the 2000s. You know, this was about mass and monster muscles in the mid to late 90s. You look at the 2000s, we're starting to now come back to that taper, smaller waist, more defined, tight abs. And if you look at what the physique guys are doing on stage and in the magazines now, we're seeing that be brought right back down to scale. Basically that athletic build, but with all of the striations, the muscular balance, the conditioning of the bodybuilders from just a decade or 2 ago. Anyway, for the next video, we'll be taking a look at posing, the art of posing, and some of the poses to really help enhance and project your body image out there to its fullest. Speaking of which, let's keep moving around the gym, have a look at the 3rd gym area, and check out some of the unique machines in there before heading out to the final area outdoors. Now, earlier on I mentioned about the brand Gold's Gym, and if we look up here above the entrance into the 3rd section of the gym, we can see 5 kind of evolutions of the Gold's Gym logo, the symbol, the brand. This is important for a number of different reasons. One, branding helps the wider population, those who don't already know about you, just from looking at the name, Gold. You know, think about gold, it's prestigious, it's up there, people want it. Gold's Gym. The coloring, the symbolism of the guy, wish I could tell you his name, Eric I think his name is, holding that barbell with a lot of weight. This is about bodybuilding and maximizing your muscularity and your physique. Another important fact about branding is that as physique, the physique competition, we are branding ourselves. Part of the actual criteria is about marketability. So in order for us to really do well on stage and to continue and have a career within fitness, branding is important. This is everything down from how you look, how you present yourself. Social media wasn't around 5-10 years ago. So those at the top of their game now have a following. They make use of social media to put out a message of informative, kind of entertaining values, whether they're workout, nutrition. This is something that the modern day bodybuilder, if you like, needs to be aware of if he's to then help capture that audience to build his brand. Anyway, I just thought it was a nice point to mention, and to see that these guys, Gold's Gym, have been going for literally 50 years of doing this, and to see how it's evolved each decade is really interesting. If you're a physique guy now, know that you are at the very top of this evolution, and it is your job to help carry and continue this brand forward. Keep moving. So here we are in the third gym space, and what's significant about this space is the presence of all of the movie memorabilia, the posters up on the wall. In the first gym we had the bodybuilding greats, the Olympians. In the second room we had a lot of the sporting jerseys of those sporting icons at the top of their game. And here we have the movie posters, the blockbusters, the action heroes. Everyone from Bruce Willis to James Bond to Mark Wahlberg. You know, these guys have either been to this gym or been involved with training aspects in some way or another. So again, that just tells you how big bodybuilding is. I mean, just think of some of the big icons in the movie. Sly Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, of course. They all came from a physique kind of background. Just think of Rocky. So another aspect that happens in this gym is cardio training. You know, the reason we do cardio is for several reasons, but the physique aspect, it's to help chisel the physique, to take off the fat, to help keep that muscle, keep the fullness, and to basically burn calories, energy through use of burning fat. And we'll talk more about that later on in the series. Another big space here, but there is a fourth area, and I want to show you that before we then go on upstairs to the great posing room, something that I haven't seen in any other gym. But first, let's go check out outside. There's not many gyms in the world that have this much equipment and space to offer, and then all of this outside as well. I mean, we have the gym under the marquee. I mean, who wouldn't want to train outside here in Southern California under this gorgeous sun? We have the wall, the green famous wall. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just pick up any Muscle and Fitness magazine and you're gonna see this wall in a ton of covers, editorials throughout, adverts within that magazine. This wall is where all of the great fitness icons are shot. Come out here to do your boxing, your cardio fitness there. And also one thing I've seen over the past 5 years since being out here, this is a gym where trends are set. Everything from suspension cable to what I call the MMA ropes, a lot of spinning bikes kind of first popped up here, and kettlebells as well. This is where a lot of people start the trends that then seem to spread out around the rest of the world. Just a really terrific place to be. Let's move on and now check out the posing room up there and show you just how bodybuilding centered this entire gym is. This is something else that you're not going to see in, well, I haven't seen in any other gym before except here in Venice, California. A posing room. What is a posing room? I'll show you. And this is when you really get to see a sense of it being very much a bodybuilder, physique orientated gym, and really how it all started from this one spot. Let's take a peek inside. It's called a posing room for the very simple fact that it's a room where you come into pose. Why do you do that? It has all of these angled mirrors that allow you to view yourself from any angle, particularly from the back when you're stood there looking at the mirror in front. This is especially important when you're on stage, because when you're practicing, you often have that two-dimensional view where you're looking at the reflection. You always look at the mirror and you adjust how you stand, how you might pose, where your arms go, how your abs are. You're constantly looking down and looking at that mirror. When you're on stage, you don't have that mirror. And if it's the first time you're getting ready for a competition, this can really throw you off. So making use of a posing room, and later in the other video series of physique that I'll be discussing, I'll show you how to perfect that pose without needing a mirror. A mirror is great to check, first of all, and to make sure that you get into a certain pose and you are displaying and presenting those muscles or that angle the way that you want to. But then the next step, you need to get used to doing this without the use of mirrors. Of course, if you find yourself down here, I highly recommend coming into the posing room and just holding a few poses and seeing if what you think in your mind is how you look. Have a look at the mirror above and see if that's actually how you're presenting your body. Anyway, pretty interesting stuff. Let's finish off back downstairs in the third section of the gym. Well, there you have it. Hopefully that has given you an insight into the world, the Mecca of bodybuilding, and shown you how the explosion of bodybuilding in the 60s and 70s helped lead us to present day, the world of physique. For the past few years, fitness model, muscle model, physique category has been exploding all over the world, and more guys and girls for their retrospective categories are entering these shows. Hopefully you'll stay tuned for the next 3-part series of this physique nice body series, where I'll be breaking down 3 key factors for physique training and competition. Those are, of course, posing, final preparation week, and abdominal training, so make sure you don't miss that. Alright guys, I'm gonna spend a few more minutes here and just soak in all of this bodybuilding atmosphere. I'll catch you guys back here real soon.